The two games I've been playing the most lately are Arc Raiders and Pokopia. Two totally different games on the surface, but actually I've been completely surprised by the amount of weird similarities and echoes between the two of them. Arc Raiders being a post-apocalyptic extraction shooter depicting a world that has collapsed where robots, clankers, have invaded and destroyed everything off the back of a climate disaster, which triggered the elite of humanity to pile into rockets and launch themselves into space. In fact, one of the prevailing theories is that they themselves are the source of the clankers that are currently invading that timeline and oppressing the rest of humanity. And then we have Pokopia, post-apocalyptic Pokemon world, where there's been a climate disaster and humanity put their Pokemon into storage and then, yes, got into rockets and launched themselves into space. I find it very interesting that these games, there's been a rising thread amongst games showing post apocalyptic realities, but it's so funny to me that both of these games, with completely different provenances, have the same trope of climate disaster and then orbital refugees. So that's the similarities. What are the differences? The vibes are so different. Arc Raiders is the oppressed class living underground and coming to the surface to scavenge the remains of what was their previous existence in order to scrape a living in competition with the Ark, the Clankers, that are also basically scraping the earth bare for resources. It's never stated explicitly, but probably for the elite class that are now dwelling in orbit. And in Pokopia, humanity left and against their will had to leave their Pokemon behind, and there's documentation showing that they felt quite bad about this. And the Pokemon miss their human trainers and they miss humanity. And so the main character sets about on a mission. Your mission is to essentially re-terraform, restore the landscape of this world to try and entice humanity to come back. Ditto wants her human trainer back. Oh, it's her in my case, but their human trainer back. And so the whole plot is you are working desperately, not only to make the Pokemon happier and have a better existence, but also to make the world so good that your trainer has no choice but to come back. This ties in with an interesting trope from Abraham Hicks, which is about the rockets of desire, which is Abraham Hicks is a bit of a funny provenance, and I'm not going to get into the background story of that, but essentially, rockets of desire are us sending our hopes, fears, manifestations into the vortex as a form of manifestation. And whether or not you believe in that, this is the wrong timeline, right? It comes with the territory. And so I regard all the things that we create as humans as a form of rockets of desire, as almost a form of prayer and meditation and perhaps manifestation. So when I see these tropes repeated, what are our games telling us about our rockets of desire? And what are the differences between these two despite their similarities? And the thing that is apparent to me, especially as someone that's undergone a lot of loss this year, Arc Raiders is not about rebuilding reality to try to get to a better place, because if you know the lore of that, and you're welcome to explore that, they tried that and it didn't work, and they're just caught in a cycle of destruction. So they've essentially given up hope, whereas Pokopia is about almost pathological optimism that if you work hard enough, if you build it, they will come. That is the whole idea behind Pokopia. If you build it, they will come. And it's about effort as ritual hope. So one game is quite bleak and hopeless. One game is entirely ridden with hope, and there's no evidence in the end that the humans come back. So what does it mean to spend your entire existence saving the world and making it a better place not to get the thing that your heart most desires. So I'm sitting with that reality right now, and I'm grappling with hope and meaning and loss and abandonment and what does it all mean? So it's really nice to me to see the difference in treatment between these games, which is one of my preferred mediums. And I just wanted to unpack that and put it out there like, hey, has anybody else noticed this? The rockets of desire in video games. And if you know of any other rockets of desire type video games, I actually do. There's a rocket of desire in Splatoon 3 as well. I know it's no new thing, but it just seems to be like this recipe. Apocalyptic world, climate destruction, monsters invade, rockets of desire. And yeah, is it our rocket of desire that we leave the planet? The Artemis launches today. Interesting. Thank you for listening and coming to my TED Talk.